Lovlies. So today's video is going to be a DIY project, and the project that we are going to be doing is this frame, and it could work as a night lamp. You could use it to enhance your wall. It could easily enhance the decor of your room. It would make easy gifting options. So I'm going to show you today how you can achieve this kind of frame. So let's get started.
So to get started on this DIY project, you would definitely need two brushes. The first one being this flat tip brush, and this is from the brand Aurora, and the number is 12. And the other brush that you would need is a round tip brush, and again this is from Aurora in the number 4. Now you can really work with anything that you have available at home. You do not have to get the exact same brushes, because really the fun in doing a DIY project is working with what you already have. So ideally you can go ahead and use your oil paints, which are meant for canvas painting, but I'm just going ahead and using the fabric paints here because I had them easily available. So really you can work with whatever is available for you.
Now we've got both our brushes in place. That is this flat tip brush, which is good enough to cover this broad expanse of this canvas, and the second brush is this round tip brush, which is good for a little bit of a detailing kind of a work. So these two brushes are good for the project today. We've also got the three colors in place. The key color today would be this dark blue. Now the reason I have chosen black along with it is because just in case I want to make this color any darker, I can always add in a little bit of black and make it even more darker blue. And the reason I have chosen white is because in case if I need to lighten this color, I can always put in some white and get the desired color I'm looking at. So these are the three colors that are in place. And now moving on to the main part of this project is obviously this canvas board. I have chosen this canvas from the brand Camel, and I have been using canvases from this brand over the years, and they've worked out just fine for me. The size that I am working with today is 12 by 16, which is perfect for this project. However, I still haven't made up my mind if I would be using this board horizontally or vertically. I think I would just decide that in a little bit. But the most important thing that I want to show you all is that please make sure that your canvas is mounted on a board, a frame like this, which means that it has to be soft surface at the center, because normally the canvases that we get in the market are just pasted over a plywood or a hard surface, which can of course be framed later on, but this one is just framed on the 4 sides, and the center of it is hollow and soft in nature. So this is something that we need to keep in mind when we are working on this particular project. Other than that, the other items that we need for this project to get started is a rag cloth. You definitely need some dirty cloth that you have lying around. So in case you need to wipe off your wet brushes, or you need to wipe off your fingers or hands in case you have some paint over it, this would come in handy. Of course, you would need some old cloth or a newspaper to just spread it on the surface before you start with this project. And of course you need some water so that you could dilute the paint and also wash your brushes. So I have a little bit of water in this glass bowl here, and I've got this plate in which I could be mixing my colors and getting the desired color that I'm looking at. So these are the only things that we need before we get started, and now I'm just going to have the setup ready and we'll quickly start with this project.
Now a quick tip here would be that before you actually start painting on the canvas directly, just take some plain water, dip your brush into the water and just run it across the entire canvas. This is to just make the canvas a little bit more porous so that your paint seeps in more easily. Now I'm starting to render the canvas with my blue paint. I'm simply going in the direction of left to right and giving it a nice gradient from dark to light, dark being on the top of the canvas and going slightly lighter as I come towards the extreme end of the canvas. I'm using the flat tip brush here and really just having fun here. There is no science behind this, just have fun, because really it is a fun project, and that is exactly what I'm doing, having fun here and just going ahead with the painting. Now I'm starting to cover the outside of the canvas board, which is the four edges, because this really makes the entire frame or this canvas board look complete and fuller, and also makes the entire board very neat. So that is exactly what I'm doing here. Now I'm just using a little bit of a white paint at the extreme bottom of the canvas, because I just want to give this entire board a look of a dark evening. So I want to have that gradual gradation. So the top of the board is going to be a little bit darker as compared to the extreme bottom of the board, and that is exactly what I'm doing here. Now I was happy with the way the canvas was looking. I left it to dry overnight for 24 hours, and then I'm going to go ahead and write my favorite quote on it. The quote that I plan to write on this canvas board is, "Shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." Really, you can use any of your favorite quotes. This is mine, and that is the reason I am putting it down on this board. Now you can use a white chalk or a white crayon pencil or a normal pencil, really anything what is available. I'm using chalk here because I had it available with me. Now there is no right or wrong way of doing this, just have fun. That's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm simply just eyeballing and placing my words as and where I feel they would look nice. So go ahead and do that. Now I'm dipping my round fine tip brush into the white paint and simply going over the entire coat. This is just to ensure that the coat looks more prominent and stands out on this entire dark background. So this is what it is finally looking like. As you can tell, I have made some changes in the placing of the words, and I'm quite happy with the way it's looking now, and I'm going to move on to my next step. So the things that you would need from here on is a pointed pokey tip, a pen or a pencil could do. This is just to ensure that you can make punch holes into the canvas. You would also need fairy lights. I'm using the battery operated ones for this project, and then you would also need a pair of scissors, some basic scotch tape. Now all you need to do is take your pointed nib of your pen, pencil, anything that you have, and start punching holes into the stars that you have drawn onto the canvas. First you need to punch holes from the surface that you have painted on, and then turn the canvas the other way around, that is the back side. Punch the holes at the same exact space to make it even more deeper, and start inserting the fairy lights into the holes that you have just punched in. Now continue doing this process, keep inserting the fairy lights, and simultaneously just start securing the copper wire with your sellotape or scotch tape that you have, and just be patient with the entire process. I promise you everything will fall in place. It looks a little messy right now, but eventually it's going to all look beautiful. So while I'm continuing with the process of fixing the fairy lights, my husband was kind enough to come in and give me a helping hand here, and finally this is what it looked like. So now that we've finished with all the taping of the fairy light wire, it is all neatly stuck in and it's all secured. This is what the back of your canvas board should look like. Also at the extreme left, I have tightly secured the switch for the fairy lights, and I have scotch taped it so it won't be seen and it looks pretty neat. And also it makes it so much easier to just hang it up on the wall. finally, our DIY project is completely ready with the fairy lights on. It is looking so beautiful. I am so happy with the way it has turned out, and I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope that you try it as well. And if you do try it, please do tag me. I would love to see your work, and it would make me really happy. So I think this would be the right time for me to say thank you for watching the video. If you have made it till this far, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the like button if you like the video, and do share this video with your friends and family. And you know the drill. Until the next time, stay extra kind and stay your own kind of beautiful. Bye.